Hi everyone, I'm Jasco Brimstone. Welcome to review of Roots, the 6th record by the band Sepultura. Today we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the album, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. I've already reviewed half of their discography, so go check those videos out. My story with this band is quite simple. My siblings were massive fans of Sepultura music even long before I was born, and when I finally arrived upon this cursed planet, they would play me their music all the time. I actually have the fondest memories listening to Roots and Chaos AD. But I'm not going to lie to you, I would always prefer the first two Soulfly records, even to this day. Roots is a monumental release in Sepultura's discography because it mixes metal music with indigenous population and culture of Brazil. It also received critical acclaim and became their best-selling record. We've got the classic lineup of the band here, the same that it has been since the second release. Max Cavalera on the vocals, rhythm guitar, berimbau, Andreas Kisser on the lead guitar, backing vocals and sitar, Paulo Jr. on the bass and timbal, and Igor Cavalera, Max's brother, on the drums, percussion, timbal, djembe. Sadly, this is the last release with Max on the vocals and guitars, as he quit the band the same year because of the murder of his stepson Dana, and also because the band didn't want his wife Gloria to be the manager anymore, because allegedly she would spend more time focused on Max than the band themselves. After all of that, Max took a year off and then came back with his own new original project Soulfly, which goes on to this day, and which the first two records are spiritual successors of Roots' sound. Something that sadly Sepultura without Max wasn't able to achieve because Against is a garbage release. The production was handled by Russ Robinson in the Indigo Ranch studio. Nowadays he's a well-known and respected producer, but at the time he was only known for producing Fear Factory's Concrete, which didn't come out until 2002, and Korn's self-titled debut release, which became a massive success and kickstarted an entire new subgenre of metal called nu metal. There's a big chance here that Russ Robinson was producing Sepultura Roots and Korn Life is Peachy, so a sequel to Korn's self-titled release at the same time. It would explain why Korn's members are guests on this release, and why also the guitarists of Sepultura are using pedals that belonged to Head, the guitarist of Korn. The production is tight, it's clean but heavy, no outness or no clipping, just the way I like it. It has a raw sound to it because it was recorded mostly live. Russ Robinson has his own distinct sound of producing a band where he mostly focuses on the emotions and the performance of the band and especially the singer. It's one of the reasons why the vocal performance on this release is one of the best ones from Sepultura. Message is diverse, the songs are mostly about personal struggles, society, politics, inner workings of the music business, staying true to your roots, exploring your heritage, etc. I urge you to read the lyrics by yourself because they are pretty good. Structure of the tracks is basic, standard intro, verse pre-chorus, chorus, verse pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. Sometimes it's slightly different where there's an extended intro or outro, but nothing special, that's just it. When it comes to the music genre, this is primarily a nu metal release with slight world music and groove metal influences thrown in. If anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying. Now let's talk about the musicianship. Let's start with the band's drummer Igor. His playing is straight up amazing. His groove, the style, the precision of his playing, the tempo changes, he's the beating soul of this band. Next we've got the bass work by Paulo. The bass is audible, he mostly follows the guitars, but we have lots of moments here where he deviates from that stuff and he plays whatever he wants, which is actually a standard thing in the first wave of nu metal music. Next we've got the guitar work. We get those bouncy, crunchy, groovy guitar riffs with those very eerie melodies in the background here and there. We've got some distorted and weird sounding guitar solos as well. Then we've got all of the tribal and percussive elements that are sprinkled in throughout their entire release. All of that gives that primal feeling to the entire record. It sounds like something crucial and essential to the human experience. We also have some electronic and DJ elements here and there, especially in the song Lookaway, and they elevate the sound of the music, that's for sure. Last but not least, let's talk about the vocal performance by Max Cavalera. He's straight up killing it, his shouting, yelling, screaming, all of that is superb. The guest vocalists such as Jonathan Davis, Mike Patton and Carlinhos Brown, they're also phenomenal. I love how Jonathan Davis, for example, is doing that deep growling technique on Lookaway. It sounds cool to this day. And Mike Patton is a beast. He's an animal. He's just all of that stuff and it's wonderful. The producer Russ Robinson can easily extract the essence of the vocalist and you can hear it throughout this entire release. Now we can finally rate the individual songs. The album opens up with Roots, Bloody Roots. This is a single with a music video. It's one of the most recognizable songs from Sepultura. I love this one with all of my heart. It's a banger. I even did a guitar cover of it years ago on my second channel. The song is simple and effective. It's here to please the crowd, to make them bounce and move. I saw them perform this one live with Soulfly over 10 years ago. It was a fantastic time. This track just works in every setting. If you would play this at a funeral, people would just start bouncing and just boing, boing, boing. Roots! Bloody roots! I believe in my faith. Why? Can't you see? Something like that. Love the breakdown in the second part. Then the build up before the final breakdown. That's just 11110, but it sounds so good. The final scream by Max Cavalera will send down shiver down your spine. Yeah, 11 out of 10. Attitude is another single with a music video. This one has lyrics written by Dana, the stepson of Max. This song is about respect and I also saw Soulfly perform this one live years ago. It's a classic. I love the extended intro, the build up, the weird chanting, whoa, something like that. It sounds beautiful. It slightly reminds me of the band Tool, the intro, but then we get that crunchy groovy of doom. Oh, what a wonderful life! You're full of shit! I can't take it, I will take it! Something like that. I love this one. But I feel like Soulfly did a better version of this song, the one that it's called The Song Remains Insane. That one is more faster, has the same lyrics and I just love that one. This one is great as well. It's just more laid back, but it has fantastic vocal performance, that's for sure, 10 out of 10. Cutthroat is another song written just by Max, same as Roots, Bloody Roots, and this is my favorite Sepultura song. It's a nu metal banger. I did a guitar cover of it 5 years ago for the 25th anniversary of Roots release, and I just love it. I also find it hilarious that the guitar melodies in the verses were copied by Korn in their song Wake Up Hate from 2002's Untouchables release. It's very funny to me. Lyrically, this is a diss track towards Epic record label, but it can also be a diss track towards anyone you dislike, and it just works. I love the dum Cutthroat, Cutthroat, Cutthroat. The intro alone with that very cool nu metalish guitar riff in the background, it slaps. The main guitar riff, simple but effective. This entire song is a banger vocally and musically, and you have to listen to this one. I feel like this is the most underrated Sepultura song, 12 out of 10. Ratamahatta is another single with a music video. This one features Carlinhos Brown and also the drummer of Korn, David Silveria. Love every single thing about this one. The vocal performance is vicious, the guitar riffs, the drumming, the grooves. I know, down, down, I know, down, 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 down. Ratamahatta, 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 hello, Ratamahatta, hello, Ratamahatta. You just sound like an asylum patient, but it's so much fun. If humanity will ever be able to communicate with rats, what would the rats think about this song? I know what I think about it. It's 11 out of 10. Breed Apart is a song where I do enjoy the instrumental work, even if it's a little bit generic, but the vocal performance isn't as vicious as on the previous songs. Still, I love listening to this one, even if it's not my favorite song on the entire release, 9 out of 10. Straighthate is the other way around. I love the vocals and the lyrics, especially the screaming, the second part of the song. Wow, just wow, phenomenal work. The instrumental, on the other hand, is more generic, I would say. Still, it has some cool melodies, but yet again, this is not a perfect song. 9 out of 10. Spit, this one is simple but effective. That bassline that later transforms into the guitar riff. I spit in your eyes. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Again, this one sounds like Max wrote it. It has that Soulfly vibe to it. Every single section is fantastic, especially the bridge part, but yet again the vocals aren't as ferocious as on the first 4 songs on the record. 10 out of 10. Lookaway is my second favorite Sepultura song. The lyrics here were written by Jonathan Davis. The song is about having sex and it's very weird and primal in its sounds, kinda hypnotic and erotic at the same time. What captivates me throughout this entire song is the vocal performance, which is just bonkers, especially Mike Patton and Jonathan just doing some weird screaming, shouting, animal noises. Max Cavalera is also here and he screams his heart out. The chorus is just so heavy, the verses are weird as hell, and that outro is so captivating. You look away and you look away, you look at me and you look away. And that weird melody in the background, that I have no clue if that's keyboard, a guitar pedal, or something else that DJ Little is doing. I wish I knew because it's one of my favorite sounds from this entire record. 12 out of 10. Dusted is a song written lyrically and musically by Andreas Kisser, and I am surprised to say that he actually did a fantastic job. I enjoy this song a lot, even if the vocal performance yet again isn't as vicious as on the previous song, for example. Love the chorus, dust, that's my favorite part of the song. It's very primal and easy to play, but so much fun. The verses slightly drag a little bit too long, that's my only complaint. 9 out of 10. Born Stubborn brings back the hit and the energy. Born Stubborn! Sepultura in our hearts. Every single guitar melody slaps, the drumming is phenomenal, same with the basslines and the vocals. Perfection, 10 plus out of 10. Jasco or Jasco, not sure how to pronounce this one. It's an acoustic instrumental piece, it's beautiful, short and effective, 9 out of 10. Itsári, which means roots, this one has Xavante people from that tribe as guests here. It's actually a great music piece, it provides some release after the heavier songs, you can just chill out and listen to their chanting. I'm glad this one is featured on the record, even if it's not my favorite one, 9 out of 10. Ambush is my third favorite song here, I love the groove. That main guitar riff. And how can you hear on the left or the right side that weird guitar melody, which is proof that they are using Head's guitar pedal, because you can hear the same exact thing like on the first 3 Korn records. Fantastic, ferocious, full of energy song. I love the pre-chorus and chorus. When you got ya, when you got ya, when you got ya, you not for it, when you got ya, when you got ya, when you got ya, you not for it, Love how the last chorus just has screaming in the background. They are losing their heads, their minds, and it sounds beautiful. 11 out of 10. Endangered Species is more of an acquired taste song because it's a slow burn. The verses are a little bit too long for me, but I just love the bridge and that outro. It's so heavy, that breakdown at the end, wow, just wow. 9 plus out of 10. Then we've got Dictatorshit. This one is fun to listen to. It's short but sweet. 9 out of 10. And the final track is a canyon jam which was performed outside, but Ross Robinson decided to record it. It's an interesting point in time. This one spawned all of those Soulfly instrumental pieces which I love, so hats off to this track. But I'm not going to lie to you, to me personally this is the weakest song on the release, even if it's actually good. I personally just need to have the right vibe to enjoy it, but for the other songs it's the other way around. Those songs create the vibe. Here it's a little bit different. 8 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable, the flow is fitting, reparability. Yeah, this is a legendary record. This is not just music, it's a work of art. Everything here just slaps from the first note to the very last. The highlights for me are Cutthroat, Ratamahatta, Roots, Bloody Roots, Lookaway, Born Stubborn, Ambush, Spit Attitude, Straighthate, Endangered Species, and Dust. It will always remain my favorite Sepultura release because the others aren't even close to the quality of this one. And what hurts me the most is that the sequel to this one, Against, is one of the most generic and boring sounding nu metal records of all time, not worth anyone's time. But Roots on the other hand is a classic and I love it with all of my heart. Time for a bonus round, Roots B-sides, demos and covers. Let's start with Mine, song that features Mike Patton that didn't make the cut for Roots. And I can see why, this one is very experimental, but it doesn't have that energy and punch as Lookaway does. If this was featured on Against, for example, it would have been the best song there, but here on the Roots, it would actually be the weakest Roots song. Right up there with Canyon Jam, so 8 out of 10. Untitled is an instrumental music piece Sepultura wrote in either 95 or 96, it didn't make the cut for the record, they didn't write lyrics for it, I am not sure why, because this is beautiful. It's a heavier, more groove metalish sounding song, but it has fantastic melodies and it's a damn shame that this one wasn't finished. 10 out of 10. Esquadriao da Moite, this is Dictatorshit Demo. It's slightly different, it's more fast, it's fun to listen to, but I prefer the album version, 8 out of 10. Dust, the demo version, sounds more like something that didn't make the cut for Chaos AD than Roots. It's a good song, just not as good as the album cut, 8 out of 10. Roots Bloody Roots has two demo versions, the band version, which is slightly slower but it's the same song, and Max Cavalera version, the original one, which is more industrial sounding and even more slowed down. I like all of them, but again I prefer the final album version, so yeah. 9 out of 10. Lookaway Master Vibe Mix, this one is interesting for many reasons. The first one, it doesn't have Max Cavalera vocals, instead we have Jonathan Davis doing all of the verses and pre-choruses. Mike Patton can also be easily heard. This one is more polished sounding and I am not sure if that's a good thing. The charm of the album version was that it was very full of grime and darkness in it, and this one is more pure, I would say. Still, it's a fantastic song nonetheless, I just prefer the album version, 11 out of 10. Straighthate Zardonic Remix, this is something that came out in either 2006 or 16, I am not sure. It sounds something like Pendulum or The Prodigy would do. It's a good remix, nothing special, but I do enjoy it, 8 out of 10. Chaos BC, now this is a remix of songs from Chaos AD record, it's fun to listen to, I just wanted to include it here because I didn't talk about it in my Chaos AD review, 8 out of 10. Now let's focus on the covers that were recorded during Root sessions. The first one is Procreation of the Wicked Celtic Frost cover. It's good, it's better than original, but nothing special, 8 out of 10. War Bob Marley cover on the other hand is an experimental heaven. I love the verses here, the emotions in the song, the explosion of the chorus, wow, just wow. If you haven't heard this cover, then you should. It's funny to me that this song by Bob Marley has two of the best metal sounding covers, one by Sepultura and the other by Shadows Fall. You should check both of those out, 10 out of 10. Symptom of the Universe Black Sabbath cover, I am not sure if this was recorded during Root sessions or the previous record, but it's a damn great cover. It's respectful to the original one while still it retains some of that Sepultura vibe, 9 out of 10. Now we can talk about all of the covers that Sepultura has done before Roots. Let's start with Crucificados, Pelo Stemma, Crucificados, Pelo Stemma. I must say that this is fantastic, I love it, it's better than original song, 11 out of 10. And I could say the same exact thing about Policia. It's just so much fun. Policia, no, Policia, it's hardcore punkish Sepultura and I'm all here for it, 11 out of 10. Inhuman Nature, this is a Final Conflict cover and yet again I prefer it over the original one. It has that emotions and intensity in it, 10 out of 10. Drag Me is a Dead Kennedys cover and this one I love it. It's old school drag me. The guitar riffs, the verses, the drumming, all of that, 10 plus out of 10. Orgasmatron is a Motorhead cover. This song is featured on Arise Special Edition. I am not going to talk about it in my Arise review, instead I'm talking about it here. It's just great, nothing special, 8 out of 10. And the final cover, Holiday in Cambodia, Dead Kennedys cover. This one is good, but their old school recording of it sucks. You should just listen to them perform it live, it's actually great. Still, I think that Earth Crisis did a better job with their cover of Holiday in Cambodia. This one is 7 out of 10. That's all from me, I just wanted to mention these B-sides, covers and demos. Celebrate the anniversary by spinning Roots and its B-sides today, it deserves your love and attention. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe, follow me on my Instagram in the description. I've posted there my copy of Roots album because I own it obviously. I also did a Doom MIDI cover of the song Cutthroat for 30th anniversary of this release, so go check it out today as well. You can also find my Doom cover of Roots Bloody Roots on the channel, and on my second channel Aku you can find my guitar covers of Roots Bloody Roots and Cutthroat as well. Shout out to all my Patreon supporters who gracefully sponsor these videos, you're truly wonderful. If you want you can join them, link in the description as well, so I can make an album review, Doom MIDI cover or a relic video. That's all, see you next time, bye!